Yo, what's good, man? This is MBS Central exclusive, man. And I got a special interview for tonight for today actually. The one, the only ARP, man. What's going on?
Thank you for having me, man. What's good with you? Chilling. Everything good?
Yeah, working, man. So I just want to let the people know, man. I've been trying to get ARP on here for quite some time, and I'm glad I'm finally able to do it.
Yeah. Pardon if there's any delays. Normally, I just try my best to just stay interactive in my DMs. You know what I'm saying? Work with people as much as possible. The people that support RBE and myself, I always try to return that energy. Of course, there's only 24 hours in a day, but I do my best. So I appreciate you more than you know. Trust me.
So man, this is huge for us for NBS Central because this is the first Battle League owner that we've been able to have on our show.
But
We had NBA stars, athletes, battle rappers, but a battle rap league owner. This is huge for us today.
appreciate it, man. Yeah, and for those that may be, out the loop a little bit, and that's fine. RBE is supposed to be at the forefront, even though I'm the face of the platform. For those that don't know, I go by the name ARP, co-owner of Rare Breed Entertainment. We are a marketing, promotional entertainment, and we primarily have dedicated ourselves to our fan base in battle rap since 2013. So yeah, this is almost like a 9 year legacy that we into at this point. So yeah,
So
appreciate
nine.
everybody that's out there, man, supporting the
So this
movement.
is 9 years right now. This is
Well,
officially
yeah, we launched the channel in 2013. I go back as a blogger to like 2010, 2011, 2012, something like that. One of those years. But as far as the RBE channel getting launched and set up to start hosting our upcoming battle events, that was 2000. That was fourth quarter 2013. So do the math, wherever that is year wise, based on the year when we started. I mean, the month that we started. Yeah, you could kind of say it's like pushing like the 9 year mark at this point.
so
So
so I know that you're the face of RBE. So who's part of the RBE staff?
yeah, the RBE staff at this point is myself as the co-owner, the other co-owner, my brother, Shata. Y'all heard his name over the years since day one. Also a day one partner, Lawrence. Lawrence joined the company somewhere around like 2014 or 2015. And for the most part, the three of those three people right there, we held down the ship and we just continued to build the movement. And we got to 2018, and my good friend Ant joined the company. You know what I'm saying? So there's four of us. You know what I mean, so even though we have a worldwide fan base, and it's a tough job, at the core of everything, there's not a lot of people that's running the ship. And I like it like that, to be honest. I don't need a million hands in the kitchen. I don't need a million personalities and a million different reasons why we're all going to end up in conflicts or fusses over company direction or classic fallouts over money and disagreements. We see it happen to the best of them. I don't care if you
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Dame Dash. I don't care if you Diddy and the Locks. We've avoided all of that type of shit for the most part. Of course, we have our internal issues like any other company, but we've kept a scaled down team. And for the most part, you can turn to certain people in a team and get large efforts done. You know what I'm saying? And I like it that way. You know what I'm saying? But we do welcome, as much support and help as possible, but that's the core team right there.
So how did you get into the battle rap circuit? Like what inspired you and made you wanted to get into the battle rap world?
Being a hip hop baby. I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm not only am I an 80s baby, but I'm a born and raised New Yorker. You know what I'm saying? So I came up in that. I came up in people writing battles on notepads. Even I tried it in high school. I wasn't that good at it. You know what I'm saying? I tried to write a couple of raps, didn't really work out. You know what I'm saying? But I come from that era. You know what I'm saying? Whether we were seeing it happen in the building, and the getting stronger hip hop culture that we was all being a part of, whether we were seeing people trying to battle in the hallways, in our schools, or at the lunch table, just having fun with little freestyles and that type of stuff. I came up in that, and then as it got a little bit more structured, and even before it got structured, just even the street wave of it, I was a heavy DVD collector. You know what I'm saying? So whether it was New York-based DVDs, whether it was Philly-based DVDs, whether it was, surrounding regions around the New York area that I had access to, you know what I'm saying? I was grabbing my hands, getting my hands on all of that because I was a part of hip hop in general. Remember, battle rap is just an a cappella form of hip hop. But as a hip hop head, you're going to enjoy whether it's a cappella, whether it's on beat, whether it's slow, whether it's fast, whether it's from the South, whether it's from the North, whether it's from the West. That's what it is to be a hip hop head, in my opinion. So, just as battle rap, moved off of the streets, got a little bit more structured. YouTube came in, World Star came in, so we started seeing the grind times, the fight clubs, the Lions Dens, eventually King of the Dot, and then URL. I started seeing all these different platforms and leagues. And as I got a little bit more organized, somebody like me that not only was a core fan, a hip hop baby, and somebody that was already in love with battle rap, I saw it getting structured. And when you see things, getting a little bit more structured and getting a little bit more in the business form of things, where it's not just, two guys on the street, like let's say Jay Mills and Murder Mook just doing it in a park. And when things started to get more structured, I wanted to get more involved at that point because I felt like, there's things that, ideas that I have, there's things that I would like to do different. And I could be that fan that just wants to critique the culture. I could be that fan that has a million ideas, but I was that fan that said, I can't really exercise my ideas and my creative ways. Some of the things that I'd like to see happen in the culture, unless I take that step and involve myself and really get in there and get my hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? And then me and my brother, we started RBE at that point right there. So
That's
yeah,
dope.
it's all roots to just being a hip hop baby. You know what I'm saying? If you're a hip hop baby, battle rap is nothing new. It was around way before YouTube. It was around way before DVDs. It was always there for us to consume and to be a fan of.
I could tell by the way you speak. You're very knowledgeable when it comes to the hip hop history. I seen a video not too long ago. You pulled out all of Cassidy's mixtapes, man. I was like, damn, man, I didn't even
Yeah,
hear about some of these. So
yeah.
that
Some of these guys that whether they've worked with RBE, whether they support RBE, whether they're fans of RBE. I knew all these guys way before they knew me. You take a Royce 5'9", you take a Lupe Fiasco, you take a Method Man, you take a Crooked Eye, you take a Joe Button. Some of these guys that I'm naming are my personal favorite rappers. Back when I was a teenager and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like that guy or that guy in that group right there. These are some of my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? But once again, same way I explained the reverse of how I got into it, those
yeah,
guys that had all that industry success, whether it's Cassidy, he was selling platinum singles and records and all type of stuff. They're a part of the same hip hop that I was a part of. So even though they were doing music and albums and all that type of stuff, they can still appreciate battle rap. So they're
yeah.
watching that in the same way I came up being a fan of them. They're watching battle rap, and then later on they become a fan of me in RBE. So that's just dope to see. But nah, whether it's any of those guys I named and then some, I'll turn around right now and jump into my library and pull their whole stash out. I got shit that they don't even got themselves. You know what I'm saying? I
Wow.
could challenge like a Cassidy or a 40 cal or whatever. Be like, do you have all your own shit? No, you don't. Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
it was
So
fun, man.
so starting RBE
Yeah.
and starting with RB, you go into RBE, you got this battle rap league going. Did you feel like any pressure, especially with seeing the URL and King of the Dot? Did you feel any pressure for you guys when you guys started
Nah,
the league out?
not at all for multiple reasons. First of all, when I came in, my mind state was community. You know what I'm saying? I didn't forecast or envision all those competitive energies that are, so strong in the culture today. You know what I'm saying? I envision more of like a community thing, like, and that's actually documented. It's documented from footage. You see me in all every platform's footage. You see me on URL stage. You see me at King of the Dot events. You see me in Detroit, in St. Louis. You see me out the country. You see me in Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's UW. I don't care if it's King of the Dot. I don't care if it's Trap House. I don't care if it's URL, Queen of the Ring, all of those leagues, I was there, you know, supporting, spending money. You know, I would show up to certain events, you know, with stage passes purchased, or I got to a Summer Madness, the one that had Serious Jones versus Math. It's on my Instagram. You know, I bought a whole VIP bottle section. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? I spent my own money on that. It's on my Instagram. It's all documented shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like
That's
spend my money, flight, hotel, rental cars, flying out of state to these different places to catch these battles. Because it wasn't really, there was no pay-per-view back then. There was no pay-per-view, wasn't any
yeah.
VOD. Um, and not only that, I was always the type of fan that enjoyed the energy live. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of battles, like the same way people see me go to so many live battle rap events, I was just as much spending my money and my time going to musical concerts and comedy shows and shit. I've always been that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's a fucking summer jam. I had a stint where I probably went to like 10 summer jams straight. You know what I'm saying? I never
Wow.
missed them. You know what I'm saying? So that was always me. You know what I mean? So I came in with that mentality, like I supported y'all, spent money with y'all, I bring other people with me to y'all shit. I blog on y'all shit. I you know, I do predictions and recaps for y'all stuff. You know, so and then on top of that, another reason is battle rap for us was always a pleasure. It was always a hobby. It was always, once again, I'm a hip hop baby, so I gravitate towards anything tied to hip hop. It wasn't like I saw something and said, yo, you want to know what? Maybe one day I can make $1 million off of that. It wasn't that. You know, everybody that knows me knows that I do very, very well for myself outside of battle rap. And I've been like that since I was 19 years old. I've been doing
Oh
well for
wow.
myself since I was 19 years old. Literally, I had jobs since I was like 15, but I started doing well for myself at like 19. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a newcomer to, you know, taking care of myself. You know, so I didn't never look at battle rap as that for me. You know what I'm saying, financially or anything like that. So I didn't have any pressure coming in. Our very first event, me and Shouter, we sat down and we calculated like a $5,000-6,000 loss, and we predicted it. We was like, you know, this is what it's going to take to do this event. You know, we're not coming in like some of these sharks or culture vultures or people that's looking to flip their money or here today, gone tomorrow. You know, hoping that, you know, they can book all these high price names and then sell a bunch of tickets at the door and make their money back or make their money double. No, before we got to our first event, New Year order, we said, all right, this we're calculating, we're probably gonna lose about $5,000-6,000, and we was cool with that, and we was fine with that. So it was no pressure for us. You know what I'm saying? The pressure came in years later as I think the culture looked to us at a certain measure. That's where the
Yeah.
pressure starts to really come. When we got to a certain point, and I always believed that it was on the Pearly Gates card, Pearly Gates Part 1, for those that know their RBE history. But the perception of RBE, who we are, our capabilities, our budgets, our creativity, um, our reach, our fan base, everything started to have a different, you know, perspective. You know, to the point where we can get hurt by announcing smaller cards or smaller battles. We're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is different. That's where the pressure comes in, and that's where you start, you know, the budgets go up, you know, the expectations go up, the views go up, the criticism goes up, the competition goes up, everything goes up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what created more of a work business atmosphere within RBE, where we couldn't be as just fan mode like it was in the early fun years. You know what I'm saying? Like things began to get more calculated. So it didn't start with any pressure at all, but that's the nature of the beast. When you become successful in any arena, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna get pressure.
Yeah, that's dope, man. You're definitely somebody that's for the culture. You know,
Appreciate that.
I don't really see many battle rap owners that support other league events. You know, I think the media and the BRC tend to pit certain battle leagues against each other. You know, I've
Yeah,
heard URL versus RBE. You know, I heard King of the Dot versus URL, and
yeah,
I feel like, sometimes I feel like all these leagues should come together, man. I don't know if you
yeah.
guys ever.
That's never gonna happen. And that's fine. You know, I think people could give up on that. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to happen. If you have to be 1,000% realistic, you're not going to see a majority of these platforms work together unless they need each other. And that's just that's human nature, especially when you incorporate business. Um, People tend to in a very competitive field where people feel like there's pride, there's ego, and there's any sharing of resources involved. When
Yeah.
you're in any type of arena like that, you're not going to see collaborations unless those two people feel like they need each other. So when you have all these separate entities and independent platforms and leagues and companies, you're not going to get that. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to see um somebody that can stop working tomorrow, like Drake,
Yeah.
pair up with Jay-Z, for a song on one of their albums. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see that in battle rap because our ceilings are way lower than that industry type of success. So some of that sparks some of the competitive energies as well. Even platforms that really support each other and rock with each other, fans, they still even request those guys to go at each other. You know how many times I get tweets and DMs or whatnot, do RBE versus King of the Dot? And that's very public and very documented how much we support each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. And when it comes in the form of people requesting it because they think they're just going to get a great event and great content out of it, salute, respect. But when people ask about it because they think it comes from like some of the competitive nature, like, oh, RBE and URL, y'all should do this. That's like another thing. You know what I'm saying? So, depending on your perspective, but you guys aren't really going to see it. But I think you guys will continue to get great content from all the hardworking platforms and leagues, regardless, which is a good thing.
Definitely. That's just something that I wanted to ask. I was always
No,
curious
no, I
about
get it. I've been asked that for like 9 years. Trust me.
that.
I get
So,
it. I get it.
so going to the RBE history, man, are you surprised the success that you guys are at today? Like you guys are one of like the top leagues in battle rap today, man.
Yeah.
Like, are you surprised with the success that you guys have had?
I would say no, and I wouldn't want anybody to take that as a cocky or a non-humble response. And the reason why is because we put in so much work. You know what I'm saying? I've watched so many people, come and go. And even our time, when our time is up and we decide, we're closing up shop. I feel like the amount of change that we brought to the game, the amount of the type of content and creativity and groundbreaking moments that we've created, our legacy will be signed and sealed. But that doesn't happen overnight, and that's why I'm gonna say that I'm not really surprised at it because if you could look at it this way: if we were working as hard as we work with the type of minds that's inside RBE, and yet we were still trying to get off of the ground, then we would be the idiots, right?
Yeah,
We wouldn't be good at our job, right?
right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we continue to escalate and make leaps and bounds within our company and our fan base and the things that we deliver and how we continue to raise the bar for ourselves, then that shows that that foundation that we've laid, that consistency that we continue to bring, because this is a market where you can't thrive off of 5 years ago. They don't allow you to do that. They don't allow the platforms, the leagues, or the battlers to do that. It's what have you done for me lately? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
true.
It is. So we can't thrive off of 2017, 2018, 2020, even this year. We can't sit back and thrive off of that. So that type of work ethic, our openness and our ways of continuing to get better and find ways to enhance RBE and get better at our marketing, our promotion, our battles, everything. Our events continue to grow. All of that comes from consistency and hard work. And when you put in that much consistency and hard work, you earn it. You earn it. And I'm the type of guy where I watched a lot of people close to me get to the places that they're at because they put in that time and that consistency and that grind. I don't have any close friends or close examples where I could look to and I put them on a certain level because they hit the lottery. And when I say lottery, I mean metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
Nothing overnight. No microwave shit. Everybody in my family, all my friends that I look at and I'd be like, that's inspiring, or this person's doing this, or that person's doing that. It's because for a certain amount of time, they've been on a certain track. They had a certain mind state towards accomplishing whatever goal that they had. So you're supposed to, actually get to a certain position. You apply that type of work ethic and consistency. And I feel like we've earned it.
Now, I hate to put you on the spot with this.
There is no such thing. There is no such
All
thing.
right, all right. So you know there has been a lot of classic battles that RBE has been able to put out. If there was three battles that you have to name where you felt like put RBE on the map, what would those battles be?
On the map, um, I'm going to answer that question, but I do want to give a little pre-context to that because on the map in battle rap is different than how that term can be perceived. When you say like who put uh Bankhead on the map, like a whole city or area, you're gonna say
Yeah,
T.I. You
yeah.
know, who put Brooklyn on the map? You could say Biggie, or you could say, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. You know, in battle rap, um, being put on the map, it's not that type of parallel, in my opinion. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like it's just consistently growing and showing the fans because we're such a small niche genre and culture. It's just a consistent flow of showing the fans the product that you have and what your capabilities are. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now there are moments that I feel like defined RBE and separated us and gave us um personality to the outside fan. You know what I'm saying? Gave us personality. You know what I mean? So some of that started to happen when we got to our third card, which was called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Tears spelled Tiers, because the tiering structure in battle rap was always top tiers, mid tiers, and up and comers go at each other. And we developed a whole series and card structure, 3 in a row, I believe,
Yeah.
where we switched up the tiers and said, no, Arsenal gets Show Off, no, Jims gets Cortez, no, Adi Boom gets Charlie Clips. You know what I'm saying? No, Oops gets O Red and Daylight. And you know, we got a lot of backlash for that. It was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is this person battling all of that? You know what I'm saying? We fought through that. But we delivered great events, great cards, great battles. And it slowly but surely the walls of those tiers started to come down. You know, and then you start to see cards like Rookies versus Vets, and then all these other leagues got all their renditions of just mixing and matching. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the biggest efforts that we crashed through with the culture. Something like that gave us personality. You know what I'm saying? Because you can take somebody that's got a couple $1,000, book a couple battle rappers, get some cameras, create a YouTube channel, upload the footage, and you started a league. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the way to grow your platform, you know, well, I shouldn't say the only way because it's a lot. There's a lot of things I can't say in an interview, and you just have to be cut like that. You have to understand it, and you have to, you know, learn that type of fashion. But one of the things that really, really puts a platform or league as a standout is when you start to have personality. Even me, as the face of RBE and being a blogger prior and having the credibility within the culture that I have and letting people interact and see who I am and what I'm about, that gave RBE personality. So they can look at us and say, you know, this is what I expect when I see them come out. You know, when I see King of the Dot, you could identify a certain energy. You see URL, you could identify a certain energy. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That all these different platforms and leagues, the bullpens and you know, you just tell me Battle Academy. No matter who Stiz is booking, I'm gonna think Philly. You know what I'm saying? So these personality ways about and themes about these platforms that make you start to stand out. So I would say that that really came once again around the time we started heavily promoting the Blood, Sweat, and Tears construct. And some of the battles in that mix, obviously, you get like a Daylight and a Oops. Um, you get moments like that. You know what I'm saying? And if I had to say two more defining moments, there's another jump up. Like I said, Pearly Gates, I felt was the first real spin point where the fans said, okay, we have a certain expectation for you. That was when we had like Big K versus O Red, JC versus Illmac. It was like a real strong card. Daylight versus Ill Will was on that card. And after that, you know, the Mook battle, bringing Mook back after 4 years, defining battle, um, bringing Jay Mills back, bringing 40 Cal back. You know what I'm saying? Hollow and Math, Hitman and Bill Collector, these major moments in the battle rap culture. Fast forward all the way to Max Out Part 1 and Max Out Part 2 this year. You know what I'm saying? So occurrences like this, you know, continue to remind people, you know, who we are, what we do. But along those ways, in between that, we remain very consistent and strong and continue to build who RBE is and what we deliver. So it's all process, but there are standout moments along with the process. That's how it works.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So I always wanted to ask the league owner this, man. What's as the league owner when you guys book a battle? What's your process when you book a battle?
It depends who you're working with. You know, battle rap is it's not super structured. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If I walk into Best Buy, you know, and I try to get a job, there's a set process. You know, walk in there, probably go to this office, probably sit down, fill out an application. That application probably goes to the HR department. If the HR department, you know, validates certain things, probably passes it on to a manager. That manager probably gives it approval. A phone call is made, an interview happens. You go in, you do the interview, sit back, go up against other candidates. Eventually, somebody gets a phone call, they're hired, they come in, boom, 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 right? You can say
Right.
that because that's a set process. And battle rap bookings, it's not a set process. You got people that come into certain events, they're not contracted. You know, like maybe I take an up and comer guy, and I'm just like, yo, there's really no business happening for the most part, you know. But I got this event coming on. You have a talent. There's an opportunity for both of us to rock. You know, fans to see you. Just come, show up on this date, and do what you got to do. Versus booking a Hitman Holla, you know, that could be 2 weeks of negotiations, you know, prior to getting to contracting and back and forth. And then you got other situations, you know, depending on person, certain people want, you know, a lawyer or a manager or a friend to go over their contracts. You know what I'm saying? Some people you work when you got a rapport with so strong, like let's say a Big K or Ill Will, I send them a contract, I can get that back signed in 20 minutes, you know, because at that point they've worked with us so many times, they just got to scan it and see if there's any deviation to what they know from RBE,
Mm-hmm.
you know, over all these years. So it really depends person to person, situation to situation, battle to battle, how big the business is involved, how much negotiations involved. There's even times where there's multiple people involved. You know, you might have to speak to multiple people at RBE, or you might have to speak to multiple people on the battle side. You know, so it really depends. It really depends. Every situation is different.
Okay, so your face-offs, man, has been one of the best when it comes to battle rap, man. And you happen to be in the middle of it, man.
Mhm.
How do you prepare, or do you know what's gonna happen during that time? Because you had some classic face-offs, man. Like, how do you handle with these with the personalities with these individuals that do the
Yeah.
face-offs?
I mean, sometimes I don't handle it. You know,
All right.
sometimes it gets out of control. You know, we've seen occurrences that have gotten a little out of control. Um, face-offs aren't perfect, you know, on RBE or any platform, but I think our batting average for having, you know, entertaining and well constructed and ran face-offs is pretty high. And the way I deal with it is just, I think I attribute me personally when I do them, just me being a people's person. When I say I'm a people's person, I'm the type of guy that I can get along with almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? You put me in a room with a a corporate American, you know, billionaire, you know what I'm saying? I'll be able to hold a conversation with him. You put me in a room with a 6-time felon, you know, I don't know how that person would be home after being a 6-time felon, but you put me in a room with that person, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll be able to relate to each other on certain levels. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck, man, woman, old, young. I can converse with almost anybody. You know, that's always been me. That's the way I've been born. That's the way I came up. That's one of my personality traits, one of my character traits. Um, so that enables me to, you know, mesh with people well enough and read energies and understand energies. You know, I could be very social. So I could understand when somebody's saying something or doing something, really how to interpret that at times. I mean, that helps me ask certain questions. That helps me stay sharp on certain things. That helps me, you know, navigate the two personalities at times. You know, all of that is part of it. All of that shit is part of it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's gonna be times where we're sitting down there for a face off and things is gonna fly off the fucking hand. You guys get a, you know, bring your popcorn moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is what it is. But that's how I personally navigate face offs, by just being able to be good interacting with different type of people. You know what I'm saying? I do my best to just be a neutral party in the middle and make sure that what we end up with is just an entertainment piece of content promoting a battle or promoting an event. You know,
Shout,
that's what I shoot for.
shout out to your guys' face offs, man.
Yeah, they say
But
we got the best face off of all time with Cassidy versus Hitman.
yeah.
So, you know, I'll take that. I'll take
So we actually had this guy on our show this past week. So shout out to Mickey Fax. But
Oh, shout out to
he
Mickey.
yeah, so he did come on here and he said he owed he gave you his word that that his last battle will be on RBE, and he
Yeah,
did say he wants Iron Solomon. So I know you can't
yeah.
give that much details regarding to it. So is this battle gonna happen with Iron Solomon and Mickey?
I believe it's going to happen for multiple reasons. Mickey Fax is a man of his word. He wants his next and his last battle to be on RBE. He's had opportunities to deviate from that, and he didn't. So, Mickey Fax is a man of integrity, and he's a man of his word. In my book, you know, I back him on that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that behind the scenes and in public. So, and Iron Solomon, I've worked with Iron Solomon before, and I'm in contact with Iron Solomon pretty consistent. Actually, I was touching base with Iron Solomon on some separate business that has nothing to do with a matchup, like 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So I fuck with Iron Solomon. I think Iron Solomon did an interview or he called into an interview that Mickey Fax was on, and I think they kind of verbally, you know, said that they were both willing to do it. I think the only thing that's holding it up is timing. Is timing. I think Iron Solomon, and not to misquote him, but I believe that he says that he wants to battle Mickey Fax, but he doesn't want Mickey Fax to be his next battle. So I think he maybe wants to knock something else out, or maybe get the rust
Oh,
off, make sure he comes, and then be a part of Mickey's last battle rap retirement type of situation. So that's cool. But and the thing with Mickey Fax isn't pressed for money. He's not hungry or thirsty for a battle, nothing like that. So if that's the road, if Mickey Fax has a roadmap of how he wants his battle career to be completed, he's willing to be patient and just sit back and be like, yo, I'm not chasing you. It's just that you're the person that I want to battle for my last match, my next to my last match. So if that means it's going to be 3 or 4 or 5 months from now, no problem. I'm over here doing all these other things in the meantime. But I will let you in on a secret. I say all that to say Mickey versus Iron, if those are the factors that I just broke down, then it's going to happen.
yeah.
But the secret that I'll let you in on is that I don't want Mickey to wait. I want Mickey to have what he wants as far as battling Iron and that possibly being his last battle or his last matchup. But I don't want him to wait. I want him to do something between that battle on RBE as well. So I'm talking to him about that, and we'll see how that goes.
Wow. Are we saying it could be by the end of this year?
I think that's highly likely. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said
Oh,
about
okay.
Mickey's not pressed for money. He's not pressed for battle rap. He's not pressed to get on stage. He loves the culture. He's always been a huge part of the culture. I'm always gonna look at him as one of our historians. You know what I'm saying? So Mickey Fax, he's not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fan of him, and I'm a fan of his artistry and his level of lyricism and battle capabilities. That I'm starting to nudge him to do something prior to the Iron Solomon matchup. And like I said, we'll see how that goes. If that happens by the end of the year, great. If not, then it could happen January, it could happen February. He's not pressed, but I'm going to continue to nudge him a little bit. So we'll see what happens.
So another battle that I felt like you were kind of teasing people that we would love to see, man.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
You know what I'm talking about? It's
Yeah,
Hitman versus Ill Will.
yeah.
That's
It's coming. And I
fire.
seen the reason why I jumped ahead of you and I said it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm getting that so much because we just announced Ill Will versus Clean Paper going down September 4th. Believe
Yeah,
Musical in Atlanta. Go get your tickets and your live pay-per-view right now. RareBreedENT.com. But we announced that battle, and I think because I spoke about it at Ill Will's Face Off, I blogged about it recently. I've been talking about it, for over a year now at this point. I think, because I built up that trend that when you announce Ill Will, people automatically say, oh, now's the time it's going to happen because ARP's talking about it. But
yeah,
I want people to understand that things are always going to be timing. Ill Will could have said to me, I don't want to battle Hitman right now. I'd rather try to do him, not on Olympus Soul card. Maybe I want to battle him on a max out card. You know what I'm saying? So give me somebody else for now, and then I'll see Hitman on a max out card. Hitman could have told me, I don't want to battle 3 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like battling 2 times in a row is already nothing like me. So now I want to sit down for a second, let the fans have a breather from Hitman. Or maybe I made that decision. Maybe RBE made that decision and said, you want to know what? We're going to continue to make sure that we remind the fans about that. You know what I'm saying? But maybe we don't want to do that right now. Maybe we don't want to do Max Out Part 3. Maybe we want to do Liquid Soul Reloaded. Get off of Max Out for a second, but I still want to give Ill Will a play. It could be, you never know. So it could be timing. People got to understand, just because something's being talked about doesn't mean that it's going to happen right now. People have been talking about Loaded Lux versus Daylight for 2 years plus. Okay. We still seen Loaded Lux battle Surf. We've seen him battle Averb. We've seen Daylight battle Tay-Rock. We've seen Daylight battle King Los. That just dropped last night. You know what I'm saying? We know that there's big battles in the air that the culture still wants to see. The good thing is you still have these different platforms and leagues that are still working behind the scenes to make sure that we deliver those things to the culture and to the fans. But when the time is right, it'll happen. But in the meantime, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all watch this fucking Ill Will and Clean Paper and let them have their closure battle. All right. And if you want to see Hitman right now, go watch him versus Calico that just dropped last week on the RBE YouTube channel that people are saying is a battle of the year contender. All right. Not everything's going to happen at once. In the meantime, you still got all types of shit that we're giving you.
Yeah. All right. I got 2 more questions for you before we wrap up this interview. So
for sure.
So I know you got the Brick by Brick series.
Shout
and I seen the URL with the Ultimate Madness tournaments. I see King of the Dot with their tournament. Are you planning to put something together like that?
No plans on a tournament right now. No plans on a tournament right now. I enjoy the tournaments as a fan. I enjoyed I think it was the last 2 tournaments that URL did. The last 2 Ultimate Madnesses. I'm not Ultimate UM. The 2 UM tournaments prior. I watched a lot of battles from those. This one that's happening right now, I'm out the loop. Haven't been catching it. I'm pretty sure there's some dope shit that's going on the current tournament that URL is doing right now. I've been a little bit more up to speed with the King of the Dot season rollout right now. One of the reasons is also because I'm judging it. Well, I've been judging a lot of those cards, you know what I'm saying? So that's been fun as hell to get up there and join the streams and be a part of those events. But I'm just in fan mode when it comes to the tournaments. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that if I, jump into what URL got going on right now, I could watch that situation as a fan. I could jump into King of the Dot season 1 right now and watch that shit unfold as a fan. And I understand that because people put RBE, in the same bracket. Though they tend to mention those 3 guys together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I get it. So if King of the Dot's doing something, URL's doing something, they say, hey, RBE, what's up with you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
and some of that also happened with even, like we just did Max Out. People saying like Max Out is like RBE's version of Summer Madness. And I'm honored and humbled to hear people saying that. So that adds people asking the questions to URL. Hey, well, ARP and RBE, them niggas just did Max Out. Are we getting the crowd back? URL, we getting Summer Madness with the crowd? Like that's, so that's how that works with people. But I feel like the best ran platforms don't necessarily go make a switch or turn into a certain lane because their peers are doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that I wouldn't entertain a tournament. I don't have any of that ego where I feel like, damn, I can't do that because they did it first. I did Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And then after that, URL came and did Rookies and Vets after. You know what I'm saying? That was a clear, same concept. So I don't have that ego. You know what I'm saying? We did Ladies and Gents and then Royalty came after. I don't have that ego. So if I want to do something that I feel like maybe I picked up some of that from another platform as far as like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I want to do a rendition of that. I'm going to fucking do it. Because number 1, I'm a platform. Number 2, I don't have that type of ego. And number 3, they like Nas said, there's nothing new under the sun. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. None of us, URL, RBE, or King of the Dot, were the first platform producing battles. And none of us 3. You know what I'm saying? So none of us really should get a little bit too stuck on ego to say like, oh, you know what? Like I need to either do what these other people are doing, or I need to make sure I avoid it because somebody else did it. Like I'm not like that. And if other people operate like that, that's one of the differences between me and them. You know what I'm saying? So right now, when I see the tournaments happening on URL and King of the Dot, I get to just be a fan. Right now, we're doing things like Max Out and Lift Your Soul and Brick by Brick series. Those are the three events that we've been focused on in 2021. You know, those guys are doing those things, and salute and shout out to them.
Now, regarding to them, I know I don't know if anybody have asked you that, so I'm just gonna ask you it. So,
The
as far as organic and Smack goes, what's your relationship with them right now?
I speak with Organic very, very frequently, and like everybody knows publicly, RBE and King of the Dot heavily support each other. You're
Right.
not going to have the two platforms heavily support each other unless the two faces or the two league owners and platform owners rock with each other. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if RBE and King of the Dot fuck with each other by default, ARP and Organic fuck with each other. And it's not just Organic. You know what I'm saying? Lush, Gully, still my nigga Bishop, still Poison Pen, everybody that's been a part of King of the Dot. I fuck with all of those guys. You know what I'm saying? King Fly is the homie. You know what I'm saying? People don't even hear his name enough. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my homie King Fly. You know, he's a very integral part, if that's the right word, of King of the Dot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
nah, definitely fuck with them. As far as URL, I don't have a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? I just watch some of their shit as a friend. I mean, as a friend, as a fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a relationship with them.
Okay. All right. So now, last but not least, man, I'm gonna end this last the right way. Lift
Yeah.
Your Soul event coming this September,
September
man.
4th,
September
Saturday,
4th, man.
September 4th. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this event, man. And you've been dropping some huge announcements with all these
Yeah.
battles, man. So this is the official full card, right?
Yeah. Full card is out. Not sure if anything else gets added. We almost added a battle yesterday. Random.
Oh,
Random. So
uh-oh.
that means that obviously RBE would, I guess, be willing to add a battle if something just popped up last minute that we just said, fuck it, let's have fun. And I feel like that's a big energy around this card. You know what I'm saying? Like I said about RBE's early years where there was no pressure. Max Out Part One and Max Out Part Two, those are highly pressurized situations. That's where in Part One, that's why I was flying off the hinge with the Do You Believe shit. Because I felt like
Yeah,
the not only is the venue named Believe Music Hall, which is like a double metaphor, meaning it's my own little punchline. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I felt like going into Max Out One, all the narratives around that. You know, we're coming out of the pandemic a little bit at the time. The space is so big. Cassidy versus Hitman has got his ups and downs. People feeling how they feel about Hitman, they feel about Cassidy, whatever. Um, is RBE gonna be here after this event? Is it called Max Out because they maxed out their credit cards? And all of those narratives. So I brought that energy to the stage, and that's why I was like, as I felt like the event was delivering and answering those questions indirectly, I was, do you believe now, motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? But those are pressurized, events and moments. And then, we get off of that for a second. And now for September 4th, we get back to a card and a series that we've built up over the years. This is the sixth one. We put in so much work that we can just pivot to a random series in our catalog. And it's like, oh, we did that 5 times already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we turn back to Lift His Soul. And it's more of a fun moment for us. Moving into September 4th, like the whole card construction, I feel like we're just gonna get some great matchups, some great battles, some great rounds. You got Charlie Clips versus Big K. Charlie Clips finally getting his ass back on stage. It's been almost a year since we've seen him. RBE loves shit like that. You know what I mean? Bring people back after they've been away for a second. Big K, who's been extremely consistent on RBE, getting a GOAT like Charlie Clips, and Big K is a GOAT too. But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Charlie Clips, people tend to say his name with like the top 5 and 6 people as far as like legends. And I think Big K getting an opponent like that and the timing of that, he deserves it as well. And I think fans want to see that. They have some similarities, but they also have some angles on each other that I want to see play out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm going with the fans on that one, but not sure. Like I'm seeing a reaction up and down, 2-1 either way, which is dope for a main event. Then you got a Ill Will Clean Paper. Two guys, when you talk
Mm,
about the type of styles and things that they do on the stage, have a lot of similarities. And the fact that it's a closure battle, they have history. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of got some, like they had like little energies at times or whatever. And then you got the whole, Pontiac and Detroit thing and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. What else we got on there? We got Old Red B Magic. I love seeing those two
yeah.
guys have a pressure type of battle where fans are saying, all right, we need a good Old Red. Fans are saying, we need to see that old school B Magic, girls. We not gonna fuck with you anymore. Like I don't mind seeing a battle as those two guys in that type of pressure situation. And Believe Music Hall, even though we're going to the same place we did Max Out, we're actually going to go into the lower level. It's another venue, but it's a lower level, I believe, Music Hall, and it's a smaller room. So a matchup like that, you know what I'm saying, with a smaller room type of vibe and less a smaller crowd, I think is dope for a matchup like that. So I want to see these two guys remind the fans of who the fuck they are. Emerson Kennedy and Chef Trez, two guys that haven't been on a platform in a while. That matchup right there is like, I think it's a matchup that's been waiting to happen. I think it's like a matchup that's like, wow, that didn't happen yet. When I called Chef Tresboy, he said, yo, I got called for that mad times. For some reason, it never happened. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to make it happen. I don't know about all the other situations. I'm going to make it happen. So I think that's dope. That's a crazy matchup. You got Bonnie Godiva coming back. She hasn't been in a while since our closure event versus Street Hymns. Street
Yeah.
Hymns has been on RBE, but he did the virtual battles. He did the social distance battles. So he won the most creative award, I think, when he did the Sharon battle, video battle. And we did,
Oh,
yeah, the Sharon shit. And then we rewarded him by giving him Mook on part 2. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of few people that could really say, I battled Murder Mook. It was a
yeah.
virtual battle, but hey, it was COVID. What do you want me to do? RBE gave me Murder Mook. You know what I'm saying? So, now to get him on stage, a pen like his and a style like his, I think is dope. And he has so many fucking, he has so much work battling ladies and having good shows versus women. We felt like, yo, fuck it. Go ahead and call. We want to do another intergender match. It's been a while. Call Street Hymns for it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So I like that. And then we got a bar fest, man. Like, gotta have one of those on a card. You know what I'm saying? Danger Zone versus XL. I mean, I just feel like that's just going to be one where you just, like, everybody just shut up and pay attention, just listen. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have one of those on the card. And then we got a 1SK that's there. I don't even know what the 1SK matchup is yet. Lawrence, Wayne, whoever, they didn't tell me what it is yet. So, yeah, September 4th, doors is going to open at 12 o'clock. The battles and this live pay-per-view is going to start at 1 p.m. Ruin Your Day will be in the building, and shout out to Ruin Your Day, the whole team, and Avocado, they'll be shooting another movie for us. You know what I'm saying? RBE will be in the building. We back in Atlanta. Everybody come out. Ladies come out. Fellas come out. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in there probably announcing the after party on stage, the club that everybody's going to and everything like that. We just gonna have a good time. And we turn up, at the event. You know what I'm saying? If you've been to Believe Music Hall yet with RBE, the event feels like a party. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go to rarebreedent.com and get your tickets to be in the building. If you can't make it, if you're not in Atlanta, if you're not driving over, if you're not flying in, get your live pay-per-view, which also includes your VOD. Same place, rarebreedent.com. Just watch the whole shit live on your cell phone, on a laptop, on a tablet, anything. We back September 4th, right back to work. Have some fun.
Yo, ARP, I just want to thank you for coming out, on this
Thank you
interview,
for having
man.
me.
Definitely appreciate it. Welcome back on anytime. Maybe we could bring you on after the Lift Your Soul event.
Recap.
But yeah, man. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you give your shout outs really quick and I'll wrap up today's
Yeah,
interview.
I appreciate you. Yo, thanks again once again for having me, man. I really appreciate you. Shout out to you and your whole subscriber fan base. I see your layout here. You're obviously doing the right thing. You're taking your content serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the content, you know what I'm saying, the interviews that you're going to be dropping and putting out. I'm going to stay in the loop with your shit. So once again, appreciate you for having me. Yo, it's your boy ARP. Follow me on social media, ITSARP, @It'sARP on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you go to rarebreedent.com to get your September 4th Let the Soul 4 reloaded. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in there for this event. Be in the building or be on the stream, one or the other, because we about to have some fun and deliver some classics. It's your boy.
All right, man. With that being said, this is NBS Central exclusive interview with ARP, and we're